with fresh eyes, I went through the course again. And then some of the key aspects about what the strategy is really about, it really only at that time really clicked. I mean, now I get it.
Think about when you actually decide to start to be a trader. What happened with you? What's actually coming into your head to say, oh, okay, I'm going to start to be trading. Okay, what am I doing now first? What is the first thing I want to do? And from there, where you are now, this is a good different. It's a big different from that point off. So
first, I mean, I've been close to trading for, you can go way back, and even as a teenager, I was already buying stocks. Yeah, but with my brothers as well. So that's like kind of in my family, we always had like a kind of
I didn't know that.
interest. We had an interest in the markets, but it was at that time completely unprofessional. And I, after going to university, after getting my first job, I was sent to Singapore, and in Singapore, I got self-employed.
Okay.
I was completely on my own, and I lived off my savings for a while. So at that point, I decided to stop trading for good because it was not done professionally. It was only losing me money, and it's just a waste of time. I didn't have any education at that time. Like, there was no, you cannot access the knowledge really well. It's just really, I just decided for myself, it's not possible to make money in the markets. It's too random. And but without doing all the research, and also it made me always uncomfortable, to lose money. And I just thought it's not for me, and it's just waste of time, and there's other and better ways to make money. So I started my own company, and my brother continued to do trading, and he was successful for one whole year. And when I saw his stats, I was deciding to give it another try. But then again, I started in a completely unprofessional way, just like continuing the patterns.
Why you didn't copy him? That's the way he was learning and all that. Or you did in the
his strategy was not in line with what I wanted to do, and I didn't quite understand what he was doing, and we were not sharing a lot with each other. Everybody's doing their own thing, and we're not even like looking for education. That came at a later stage for me, really. When I really decided, okay, why did I decide to start trading or to pursue it as a side hustle? Actually, it's because my business is very time consuming. It was really tough to start it up. I was successful for quite a few years, but my work is really intense. Like, I really focus. I'm really on the screen for most of my day, and all of the things I do really require a lot of focus. And so with a new family and all these things, I just realized I cannot go on like this for another 15 years. My business, it also became clear that although I had a few successful years, but there was no way to scale it. Like, I didn't see a time where I would have more time to myself. And time was really becoming a big issue for me because, you don't want to spend all your day in the office every day for 10 years if you have a family. It's okay. It's nice. I'm home. I am close to my kids, but,
you want to do other things. You want to do other things always. You want to spend quality time with them. They're coming from school. You want to be with them, and you need to be rested as well. So you want to be rested when they're coming from the school. And yes, it's life is just the ideal way of, I believe, is actually not to stop working. After many years, I found that the best way to kind of enjoy life is just working a little bit, 2 hours, 4 hours a day max, and the rest is the time you spend with your family and do other things. That's the best way it works.
Exactly. And you want to move forward and work hard for a few years and then enjoy greater freedom, right? That's the idea. But the business conditions have not improved. I mean, there's a lot of price pressure. There's many factors that just, restrict the potential in this business I'm in the translation business. So despite all the efforts it took to, study translation and do other things apart from my work, which was already very time consuming, it still was worth pursuing it. And I had many discussions with my wife if I should, because there was nothing to prove.
That's actually very important that you actually make the discussions, because many traders start trading and they don't actually explain that to the family, because actually this is an effort, or it is actually a combination of a workout with the whole family together. So the whole family need to be aware of that. You're going to spend time, your time free, your remaining last time free to actually to do something important. So the other person have to be aware of, the other half have to be aware of, the rest of the family need to be aware of that you're working hard for a reason, and that is a very, very important. That's a good move. Well done. Yeah.
Absolutely. And my wife has been so surprisingly and amazingly supportive, that in a way that I cannot imagine, because she doesn't understand anything about trading, really. She has no clue what's going on. However, she would always come and say, okay, what's the worst result? She would always ask me this question when I doubted, should I go on? And then she would always say, okay, I tell her, okay, I would fail. I'd waste 5 years of my life doing this. And in the end, we have less money and not more. And then she would always say, okay, and what's the reward? You know, it's more freedom and blah, blah, blah. And then she would say, okay, go for it, keep going.
I see.
And
okay.
That always surprised me.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Yes, she's actually supporting you all the way. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah, and so I was taking up different types of education. I was always on the screens while I was working. I was also at the same time, studying the market, and first types of education were very price action focused. Then I also had education in fundamentals, and I was really acquiring a lot of knowledge, and also always working on my own strategies, developing, and had some small successes, and also managed to get to that break-even stage where you stop losing money. And I also stopped risking my own money after all these prop firms came. That was really the next step where I told myself, okay, no more money. Okay, I can invest time and everything, but all that I'm now willing to risk is the fees for evaluation.
For me, all of you, they are very lucky on the times we are now in the last 15, 10 years, because we have not that luxury or have pro funds. So we actually need to build ourselves, the traders more than 10 years old. I mean, I've been trading for 20 years plus now. So you have to build in your own capital. It just that is more painful when you're doing your own capital, or you ask for people to give you money, and then you trade for those guys, and they try to get advantage of a percentage, and then taxes and all the stuff like that. So it's like you just get no much money in your pocket. That's why we started City Trust Imperium, to help a lot of people that way, to actually to create the profit. Now there is many profits, but actually it's good to have competition. So I'm happy for that. So, but it's amazing for all of you. It's very, very good advantage. Yeah. Let's go now from, tell me about how was, for example, your education, and why you end up to doing the STT, as where you are one of our students, and you are a level 2 student. So for people who don't know about the levels, we got 3 levels. So you are now become an advanced trader with your evaluation being passed. I put you there for a reason on the group 2. If you know there is not many that actually they go into that group, and because you start to believe 100% on STT. So then I put you in that group, and then you see the benefit of being actually to be more advanced and to got other strategies, all the details of the strategy that people on level 1, they are not aware of, but they cannot be aware of, because first they need to be focused on the basics. So let's go first now. Let's see what have you learned before and why you end up to do STT. Let's see. Tell me about it, please.
Well, yeah, like I said, a lot of my trading used to be price action based and short-term day trading. And for price, and also fundamentals later on, I incorporated fundamentals and, key levels, trend lines, all like stuff that also the big players are looking at. Problem with that was, I think, 2 things, maybe. I guess, number 1, market conditions. For my strategies, I always needed perfect market conditions. I always needed trending markets. And
what is a perfect market condition?
A trending market.
Like, that's only happens if you see the charts only happening once over a year.
Yeah, you usually miss the big chunk of the move, and then okay, there's a trend, and then you get some a piece of the cake if you're lucky.
Exactly.
But the market conditions are always changing. So my systems only always worked in one type of market conditions. And then I was really struggling with the drawdown periods, which could be so terribly long and really eat up all my profits. I always had this equity curve that's going up, even if I've put in a lot of work in a new strategy or in a strategy that I modified, and then I grew confident in it. Then I traded it. Then it was going well, but after a while, the equity curve would just take this turn, and I would go in this drawdown.
Normally, that happens when you're just looking for the holy grail, the perfect trade, the perfect strategy. You just need to look all over the place. But it's good to have that process. It's important that you actually went through that process of trying to discover it by yourself. But there is a time that obviously awareness is actually the key for you to stop and thinking, okay, I need to take it. If I want to take this seriously, like let's take from somebody actually have done it already before or they're doing right now.
Yeah, with my education and the problems I was facing.
Yes.
The market conditions and looking for the perfect trade, that was really a huge problem, because after a while you just end up having not enough trades because you're always waiting for the perfect trade, perfect conditions.
You have to have with a foundation somehow. You need to kind of if you can create it by yourself and a strategy, from zero, but it would take you years. So one of the things myself very important is to actually to meet up with you guys like you that actually come up with new ideas to improve what is actually our own strategy. Now it's your strategy too, and we're working together to make it better. And that is very, very important. Working as a team. I've been working always by myself. And I've been teaching all the psychology, but I never just share my strategy. I've just been sharing for the last year and a half, two, less than that. But then you just actually see people like you that they go to the next level, and then the benefit of myself to have a team of traders with more knowledge that can help me based on the knowledge I was giving you to improve my own strategy, which is actually yours too now. So you see, that is like I have and you go eyes, and it's more eyes in the market. It's like people say, why am I going to share my strategy? But at first I was thinking that one as my baby, I don't want to share it. I was making money for a long time. I want to give it to my son, and my son said, I hate trading. I said, what? You don't want to trade? Okay, fine. So then I decided, okay, I want to do something with my legacy. I don't want to lose my strategy. So then I decided to give it away to everyone. And then I saw the advantage that being together is more enjoyable. You learn more. We make more together. And the reason we make more together, because it doesn't matter if we are 10, 20, 100 people, 100 of us, together we competed against hundreds of thousands of traders. So there's still plenty of competition there to actually to make money. And there's plenty of money there for all of us to compete against them. So that is the key. So that's what I feel is like it's a big advantage to be as a team. I'm very, very happy that you're part of that as well too.
And I'm happy and grateful to be in that team as well. I mean, I really just joined around that time when I was desperate for trades. Because I was looking for the perfect thing, but then you have so much time and you think, okay, now everything I know, and I've invested all this time to have this strategy, and now what? Now I don't have enough trades, right? And I didn't see a way, to start over and do things in a completely new, different way. So what did I do? I was then for the first time looking for an existing strategy. And then I came across the SD strategy that you just started to, offer to people. And when I joined, it was just there was a huge party going on. I felt like this was just like really a period where everything worked. First of all, it's something that I liked the strategy, and I thought it could complement my own things. But then the problem is, you start with a new strategy, but you have all your previous concepts and strategies, and it was really difficult for me to really let go of that and really focus on this new thing. And then after a while, the market conditions changed a bit, and then we as a group started to struggle a little bit, and then all the doubts came, and then you think better, you can do better, and mix it with my concepts, or I can improve it, blah blah blah. And then in the end of the day, you lose all the confidence You lose everything that in the beginning you thought, oh, this is great. Oh, look at how much money they make. Okay, now I don't need to do my own thing anymore. And then after a few months, you decide, oh no, it's probably not working. Maybe I should focus on my own things. I cannot give it my full trust. And then you keep going but you never, of course, I never really gave up. I still do the research. I still do
I saw you there, always you there, preparing the trades, looking into the trade, but you're doing your own strategies now because
I do other things as well. But I continue to have setbacks on my own things. And exactly. it's amazing you actually helped me with some of my own things.
I try my best, obviously, because
you're so open-minded as well. Yeah, it's crazy. And then you let me really have that experience of, after yet another setback, I really thought, okay, enough now. I think I'm just now going for this one thing, because I never really gave it 100% trust. I never gave it really the chance that it deserved, really, to show me it's working for me.
And what happened when you're giving 100%?
I started around May. I just switched more and more from my pullbacks to only STT, and the performance from May was just incredible. I mean, at first I traded a demo account from 50,000 to 70,000 in no time with a $5,000 drawdown.
Yes.
And then, the competition.
Yeah, you go more confident even there.
Yeah, I gained confidence, but at the same time, for the CTI competition that was coming up, I then took the decision to try my own system, which I've also been working on, kind of an automated thing that would, take out the whole psychology. Right? That I thought, okay, I now can see how well it can perform. And then after a few days, I realized it's not working. And then I said, stop. Now I said, we had a short conversation, and then you said something like, okay, then try SCT. I've been doing this for 20 years.
Well, you just remember very clearly, you said to me, okay, well, you said to me, I tried my strategy again and again, and it doesn't work. And you said to me, but I've been trying in a demo and I'm making 14% on STT. I said, so why are you wasting your time and your strategy?
Exactly. And that was really the key moment.
Well, you can continue to try. I will continue helping you to make your strategy better, but as I say, it can take years to get it done properly, but if you already master, if you already start making money with STT, just
and
money. And then from there,
another thing around that time, I then went back into the courses, and then without all my baggage and other knowledge, I just with fresh eyes, I went through the course again, and then some of the key aspects about what this strategy is really about, it really only at that time really clicked. I mean, now I get it. The risk, the reward to risk part. The not having to be right part, because I was always looking for confirmation. A lot of things that you teach is the stuff that made me uncomfortable, and then you would always justify it with saying like, oh, it's not my personality and all that, right? I've been like, you define yourself, okay, I'm a short-term trend pullback trader, period, right? And then you learn something else that's telling you, hey, look, this is the way to make money. But then you yourself reflect on this and say, no, that's not me. I can't do that. I cannot hold trades over the weekend. I cannot get in within a range where the risk of being stopped out is so high. But after you put all the pieces together, it really makes sense. You don't have to be right within the range. Nobody is buying or selling there. You're the first one to get in on that trade. Why you don't do that? Why you wait for the breakout and then the whole market is trying to chase it and you get stopped out and all of that? And so, and then, okay, there will be drawdown periods as well, but there's ways to deal with it. You reduce your risk.
Now with the team, I will say that you can spend now you have the knowledge of STT. Now with a part of the team working together, I think 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't need more.
Yeah. And the plan is fixed. The rules are mechanical. If you can detach from what's happening on your account, it's then I might eventually reach that freedom in my mind that I really aim for. It's really not the money. It's really, I want to have more time. That's my goal.
Fantastic. Sounds very good, man. I'm very happy for you.